What up, y'all? It's the King. It's the I keep getting ready to say the Book of Wayne, but it's the Life of Wayne. Yeah. And this is Broken Lost living in my car. Stay tapped in. So yeah, it's Friday. It's a great day outside. The weather is beautiful. It is the 29th. This is 29th today, August 29th. And I'm just making this video. I'm actually remaking it because I made it last night. And I'm saying I don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all on the page. Y'all saw the video, so y'all saw the thumbnail. That's the space I was in last night because I was really just thinking to myself, how did I get here? Like, how did I end up in this situation where I'm like literally just like lost? But I very quickly realized that I'm not lost at all, right? Like I'm really at the doorstep. And it's funny because on this journey, it's like I've been telling myself I'm ready, or I think something's gonna happen. I've been like tied to an expectation of like, all right, tomorrow everything's gonna be all right, or tomorrow everything's gonna work out. Like I've literally been tied to that for the longest time. Even when it comes to like social media and posting things, it's been like an expectation of like, well, when I post this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. Where it's like that's like this whole journey and losing things has been teaching me that that's not the mindset that you take when you're manifesting, right? And it's crazy because I really had to stop and think about it this morning. I had recorded the video last night. I scheduled it to be released Sunday. Hey, have some patience, y'all. I scheduled it to be released Sunday, and I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm not putting this out. I'm sitting in the dark, feeling sorry for myself when I'm in the best and most blessed energy ever. But it's crazy because me holding on to things was more of an ego reaction than it was like me as a consciousness. That's why I've lost so many things from people. Like I can really say that I've been totally isolated from like losing my channel was a crazy one because I had worked so hard on that. But for me to just lose it the way I did, it took a piece out of me. Where I really like, there was so many moments like last night where I was just like, fuck this. Last night I like went on DoorDash because I had went on Uber because I had went on DoorDash a couple weeks ago and they denied me. I couldn't like, I at least could drive around and make money doing that, right? But no, they denied me. So I had went on I had signed up for Uber, like to drive to deliver the food last week, and it was the last thing was the background check. And y'all know I got that DUI and that RICO case, even though they say it's no background check needed, as long as it's no crazy shit. But I finally got to see with the Uber shit last night that didn't work out either. And it made me think about it. I woke up this morning and it was like, this shit is so much bigger. And the energy of being held in place is trying to push me backwards to conform to what the norm for most people is when I understand what I'm doing is bigger. Like I feel it in my bones, but it's like when your 3D's not reflecting it, it becomes very difficult for you to carry on sometimes. But like I had to really think about it because everything I was, from how I was as a who I was in a relationship, who I was as a father, who I was as a son, who I was as a sibling or a family member or a friend, or all of these things were not embodying who I'm becoming as a millionaire, a successful entrepreneur, a speaker, all these things. And I feel like from a comfort standpoint, I was still trying to hold on to things that were part of the old life because it was all I knew, right? But I'm learning through like all the actions I've been taking and just things that I do now versus things that I used to do, that I am a whole new being now. Like I'm still Jason, don't get me wrong, but I'm a whole new version of myself now. And trying to hold on even a little bit to the old version will keep you stagnant and stuck because it's kind of like trying to fit squares in circles, right? You remember that little game we had as kids, and you got all the shapes, and you got the triangle, the square, the rectangle, all this different stuff. But you ever take the circle and just keep trying to push it into the square, it don't work. It's the same thing. Like when you're embodying new energy, the old energy has to die. I remember I was depicting myself on the cross, and I mean, you suffer a lot of deaths in life, but the ego and being fully transparent is I was still locked into what people thought. Even as much as I say that I wasn't, I could still say that I was worried about what people were going to think about what was happening to me when it's happening to me, right? So why should I give a fuck about what anybody thinks when it's happening to me? They don't have to deal with it. I do. And I have to deal with the outcome. If the outcome is me being homeless for the rest of my life, then it's me being homeless for the rest of my life. So what people think about me being homeless, especially if they're not going to help, shouldn't concern me at all, right? Or it ain't no if, or it, what the reality is me just being larger than life. It's not about, I'm learning that it's not about what people think. It's about what I know. And what I know is help me switch the frequency so that I can move in that energy of the knowing and not the thinking. The thinking is what really gets you. I'm thinking about things happening. Like I said, everything I'm doing and hoping for a result, when it's like I'm not. Why am I doing it for the result? If it's what I love and I know what my purpose is, I should just be doing it. And the results, they magnetize. Like that's when you come into the state of magnetism. So you magnetize what's for you by being who you are without worrying about what the fuck people got to say about it, right? But I think about how I got here, and it's really just me. I could blame this person and that person, which most people do because that's the ego. It makes you feel like everything happening to you is external, when everything that's happening to you is always a reflection of what you're giving at the particular time. So if you're giving lack, you're gonna get lack, regardless of who it's from. Even if you think about it like this, right? This the crazy part. Damn, this is wild. This is the crazy part. Because I was just talking to somebody about this. I got a friend she's trying to sell something, and the person she was originally going to sell it to was trying to he was gonna give her what she wanted, but he wanted to pay her for it, in installments, right? And I was telling her, no, don't do that shit. But she was like, no, it's cool, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whatever. So eventually, when it came time for her to discuss what he was gonna give her, initially it was like $500, and what she's selling him is gonna be $4,000, right? So she finally was like, nah, that's not enough. Which it ain't. I feel like if somebody gonna pay you and give you payment plans, they need to pay you half of the shit. I mean, my thing was he need to pay you all of it, but whatever. So she said when he said that, she just started calling a bunch of different people in the field to be able to sell it. She talked to this one person, and the one person, and then she was, offering it for $3,500. She said one person was like, yeah, I'll come pick it up tomorrow. I have the check for you. I mean, I'm a Venmo you the money. So then she went back to him and told him, somebody else gonna buy it. And then he was like, no, I could pay you the whole $3,500 right now. And I was like, no, make her pay $4,000. But that's what it is. She was in the energy of hoping he would buy it. So that's why that energy was coming back to her the way it was with him offering the $500. Then the same person offered her all the money in full. So life is what you wield. You gotta wield it. So that's just an example to show you it's all you. I could talk about how I gave this person this, or I did this for that person and this for that person. That's fine. You giving is not. It's funny because you think because you give, people are gonna give back, and they don't. It don't work like that. No, you take, not take. You don't take, you demand. You demand what your energy is. And when you demand what your energy is, the right people will pay it every single time, no questions asked. And don't fool yourself, regardless of what you got. People out here got plenty of money. Trust me. Plenty fucking money. It ain't a shortage of cash out here. Only for people who are thinking like that. So, I just had to change my mindset. And you know, manifesting is tough. You know what I mean? Quantum jumping is tough. Shifting realities is tough. It's not for the weak. It's not easy. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? But I say that just to say, you know, you're going through these things, keep your energy high. Like, keep it, you know, where it needs to be. It'll all work out. You know, it only doesn't work out if you tell yourself it's not going to work out. You know, things don't materialize right away. But then sometimes they do once you regulate your nervous system and you get yourself shifted into that energy, then it'll start happening like it's nothing. But it takes some practice. It takes some doing for you to get to that space. So yeah, I'm finally in that space. It took a long time for me to get here, y'all. But that's why I make my content, because hopefully it could take you a shorter time than it had to take me. Like I said, I guess I went through what I went through because I'm supposed to be the light in the darkness for a lot of people. So sometimes in my struggles of being in the dark, you know, the title of my video, like last night I was just in the dark. I was hungry, I ain't had nothing to eat, I ain't no gas in my car, none of that stuff. Woke up though, got all these things now, so I'm chilling, I'm not complaining. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to tap in and make this quick video about that. So y'all know, it's getting greater. Got my Patek on my wrist, about to go enjoy something to eat around the corner, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.